Moving into the next team, when it comes to the IPL 2025 player auctions are done. The IPL season is coming up, so we need to deal with the predicted playing 11. I have Karthik with me. Karthik, welcome to the show for the first time. It's about the IPL teams, and the excitement doesn't stop despite the Border Gavaskar Trophy going here and there. We're talking about the Lucknow Super Giants and the predicted playing 11. No more KL Rahul for the Lucknow Super Giants. So Sanjay Goenka has a new captain to deal with. We'll come to that and see who is that. But we start proceedings with the squad they have. The costliest player, Rishabh Pant. Your thoughts on that, first of all? Was there a good buy for when it comes to the Lucknow Super Giants in that middle order, despite having the likes of Pooran? And they also added David Miller. So what's your thought when it comes to Rishabh Pant for 27 crores?
I think the thoughts are very polar in the sense that one, for a team like Lucknow Super Giants, they've got since they're rebuilding their squad from taking a just having retaining 5 players and then trying to go after the rest. I think they just wanted a very strong candidate, and one of the reasons Rishabh Pant left, as rumors are being said, is that he wanted to have a shot at the Indian captaincy, and Akshar was to be the captain at Delhi Capitals. It wasn't helping his career, so they basically said, 27 crores for you. You are our, basically you are our top leadership candidate. Do whatever it takes. Run this as your own team, and we want to see you as the Indian captain, because there's a sense of power also for a franchise when they see that their captain is also the Indian captain. So that way, I think it's a show of power more than anything else. And they managed to assemble their squad very well, despite overpaying 49 crores just for 2 people who could probably get stuck in quicksand literally because of the black soil
Absolutely.
there in Lucknow. It may not aid the stroke play. Someone like KL Rahul could have been very valuable in a setup like Lucknow, because that stadium is in 23-22. We had seen that you had scores of about 130, 140. But
Absolutely.
I'm told by the recent set of, I think, domestic games that are there, that the surface is changed. And I hope it is, because you have picked 5 fast bowlers who are
Exactly.
premier.
Exactly.
So looking at that, I think we don't know how the surface is, because as much as Chennai has also picked up, a lot of spinners, the surface in Chennai has been fairly flat. And as every team is trying to make the surfaces flat, Lucknow's
Yeah.
one of the very original surfaces that have stayed that way. I'm curious to understand, but it's a choice that's made. I think they've been able to assemble a very good side, because they've got a lot of very value picks and buys in the later part of the auction. So I think
Absolutely. Yeah,
Lucknow.
yeah. They had a very good day too, to be honest, despite what they made the bulk of the buys in day one when it comes to the price. But yes, agreed with that. They managed to get a good side. They have to. I think they have to change the surface. It cannot be a low scoring game because you have 3 power hitters in the middle order, all 3 left-handers. They're not good players of spin, I must tell you. So you need to get your pitch sorted. So talking about the predicted playing 11, starting with the top of the order, the openers, and that's where I'm short of players, to be honest, when it comes to Lucknow Super Giants. I think it has to be 2 overseas, what I see. Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram, according to me. What are yours?
Well, I think they've given Rishabh Pant the power to pick the side. He's the leader, and knowing Rishabh Pant's struggles, even on a flat surface like Delhi, he comes in point of entry with the 8th over or the 9th over for Delhi, and we've seen him struggle. So I think with what we've seen in June, where Rishabh Pant batted at 3 and batted inside the power play, I think Rishabh Pant will go back to the 2016 World Cup. He was the opener along with
Yep.
Ishan. So I
Yep.
think as much as you've gone for Marsh and Markram, I would go for Rishabh Pant trying to open, because that gives him the best chance. That gives him the best
Wow.
chance to succeed in the IPL, because he needs to have a crack at the power play. The middle overs are not suited for his game, and that's why he's not been a force to reckon with. As much as people ask, is he worth 27 crores? A lot of his recent failure, not failures exactly, but very mediocre returns has come because he's come at the point of entry being the 8th or the 10th over. It isn't easy to start playing strokes straight away. He needs that freedom, and I think that is where we've also learned as an Indian side that even in the Indian side, they put him at 3 despite having Surya Kumar Yadav in the side. He moved to 4. So I think Rishabh Pant would look to come one step higher. Rishabh Pant would look to open, and maybe to have a left-right combination. They might pick either of Marsh or Markram, but Marsh has been somebody who's shown a lot of he's played again for the Delhi Capitals, and
Yep.
we've seen even for Australia, Mitchell Marsh has been somebody who's played in the top order, has always good run of form. But someone like Marsh is still made to look slow, because you've had Jake Fraser McGurk
Yeah,
also.
exactly. But they have a good combination, good communication when it comes to Marsh and Pant at the Delhi Capitals. So you're going with Rishabh Pant opening alongside Mitch Marsh at the top of the order. I'll take that for now. I'll take that your verdict. So Mitchell Marsh and Rishabh Pant, I'll slot them in as the number 1 and 2 with one overseas gone. Number 3 is where I'm going with. Is there a little bit of Caribbean flavor you're going for? Nicholas Pura, Nicky P, your number 3?
No, I think I'd keep Nicky Pooran for a little later, which is
Okay.
again the way Maxwell was used by RCB back in 2021, which is point of entry being the 12th over of sorts, which is where your middle over bowlers are coming in and you need somebody to tonk spin. Instead, I will go with Aiden Markram because Aiden Markram is also South Africa's number three. He opens only in Test
Mhm.
matches. That way, I think Aiden Markram is a good number to slot in as your number three. He's also a very valuable overseas slot because he's able to bowl maybe a couple of overs of off spin, and I see him in the same mold as Glenn Maxwell. A couple of cheap overs
Okay.
of spin and batting in the top three. I think he has the right technique. Seeing some of his shots against the left arm pacers, he doesn't have a pronounced weakness. Also, like KL Rahul, if for example, you felt that he had a pronounced weakness against a
Yeah.
high quality left armer bringing the ball back in.
Correct.
So I think there is no such weakness for a top order player like Aiden Markram. I'd play Aiden Markram at three.
Aiden Markram at 3, you're saying. So I'll go with that as well. Second overseas player in your top 3. That's something you need to look into as the playing 11 progresses. Aiden Markram, I'll slot him in number 3. Now moves into number 4. Is there you want your Caribbean flavor, or is it still lower down the order?
No, I think that's the perfect spot for someone like Nicky Pooran to come because Rishabh Pant at four, you're decreasing his chances of success, and as a result, if you increase his chances of success, the team benefits. And here, someone like Nicky Pooran, who's also played for Kings 11 Punjab, in a similar capacity and role, where he
Mhm.
comes where the middle overs are being bowled, where run scoring is slightly dulling down. Even in the games against RCB last year, I remember Chinnaswamy 23 and 24, Nicky Pooran comes the 10th over, comes smashes
Mhm.
60 or
Correct.
19 goals. So I think Pooran at four. To me, the interesting part is now that you've spent two overseas slots. Do you need an overseas slot for a bowler there? Because LSG is one of those sides that has an amazing set of Indian pace bowlers.
Indian bowlers. Yep.
Very rare to have that level of quality because you have Mayank Yadav, who's just made his debut for India. You have Mohsin Khan, who was one of the standout bowlers in IPL 2022 when I think LSG came about,
Yeah.
and
Correct.
then Akashdeep and Avesh are anyway bowlers who have in the last 1 or 2 years done very well for India. Avesh has also come
Absolutely.
back. I think Avesh was traded last year by Delhi to Lucknow. Started executing Yorkers very well, so ended up traveling to the World Cup as one of the reserves. So I think they have a very strong Indian core for fast bowling. So I wouldn't waste a bowling slot. Like I know you have somebody like what's his name, Shamar Joseph, but Shamar
Mhm.
Joseph has actually not got any opportunity after his Gabba heroics.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think so. You can use an overseas slot when you have qualities like these four names you mentioned about India. Avish Khan was part of Rajasthan Royals last season. He's returning back to the Lucknow Super Giants now. That's a very fair point. Number 4, Nicky P has to be there. I think I'll give the gloves to Rishabh Pant. That's a no-brainer, to be honest. He will have the
Right.
gloves, Rishabh Pant. Number 5 is where I'm going to. Another overseas. Your fourth and final overseas is David Miller starting there.
I think that's something when you want to just maybe think a little bit. Do you want Miller to come in at five, or do you want Miller to finish games? Because five is
Okay.
again somebody who's only a spin hitter. Miller is great when it comes to hitting against pace, and pace is usually like the same role that DK had, where you point of entries around the 15th to 16th over, where you face maybe three balls of spin, and then you have 30 balls of pace. So are you setting him up for success? Is again the question that I'm asking. So do you want an Indian talent to basically bat that position at
Mhm.
five?
Then I
And
think Ayush Badoni should be the one.
because he's already done that. And even on trickier tracks, Ayush Badoni is somebody who's had a fairly aggressive game. Because I remember one against Chennai Super Kings and almost
Yeah,
washed out,
absolutely.
rained out game. He had a very interesting knock that showed him how much of class he has. He's a Delhi batter, and I think he's batted very well for Lucknow. They used to him, so I think I'd keep him at five, keep Miller at six.
Okay, so you're keeping Ayush Badoni at 5, David Miller at 6. Now I move to number 7. You have two very promising all-rounders. You have Shahbaz Ahmed. On the other end, you have Abdul Samad. Whom are you heading towards, Karthik?
I'm going to put a little more faith in Shahbaz than RCB did. I don't know, for some reason, in the 2022 season, Shahbaz and DK rescued RCB time and again, and Shahbaz didn't get his due. And I don't think after he was traded in, I think he was traded to Hyderabad, right?
Hyderabad, yeah.
Well, I don't think he. Well, I remember Shahbaz bowling to Ashwin in the eliminator in Jaipur,
But he played a
where he got.
blinder of a knock at the Eden Gardens as well against the Kolkata Knight Riders. So you are saying Shahbaz Ahmed, you're putting trust towards him. That gives you an extra left arm orthodox spin as well. Shahbaz Ahmed, number 7. Then you come to 8, 9, 10, 11. But I think Ravi Bishnoi automatically is your other spinner. I'll slot him at a number 8. Who are the other three seamers? You're going for Indian because your 4 overseas is done. Is it Mohsin Khan, Mayank Yadav, and Avesh Khan?
See, I think you just want to maybe decide because Mohsin Khan gives you that left arm, very slingy variety, and I mean, I'm just amazed at the variety that is there. You have a slow left arm orthodox, then you for spin you have Markram bowling, 2 overs of right arm off spin.
Correct.
Then you have the leg break. I mean, I don't know, it's just a googly bowler. That's the perception I have when Bishnoi comes out to bowl, and then you have raw pace in our man Mayank Yadav who's been retained. Then you have Akashdeep. So I think depending on the conditions, we'll have to pick three out: Mayank Yadav, Akashdeep, and Avesh Khan. Great that they're Indian, so you don't have to waste any slots. But for this Lucknow side, I'm going to pick all international players as my batters because I know you do have one international slot where you want to try out an external bowler. But for now, I think they only have Shahbaz Joseph as an international bowler.
Yeah, correct.
Outside that, they have very good all-rounders. And maybe on tracks which takes turn, I'd like to have M. Siddharth. I like the way he got Virat Kohli out.
Absolutely. He was very, very a street smart cricketer last season. So who are your three seamers? Mohsin Khan, you mentioned one. Who are the other two?
Mohsin Khan, Akashdeep, and Mayank Yadav.
Okay, Mohsin Khan, Akashdeep, and Mayank Yadav. For now, no spot for Avesh Khan as per you. We will see that. So here is how the predicted playing 11 looks like as per you. Mitchell Marsh and Rishabh Pant are your openers. Aiden Markram at number 3. Nicholas Pooran number 4. Ayush Badoni number 5. David Miller, Shahbaz Ahmed, Ravi Bishnoi, Mohsin Khan, Akashdeep, and Mayank Yadav is your remaining players. I think this is a very, very good 11. The heavyweights at the top of the order. You have power hitters, overseas used in the top 6. And then you come to the Indian proper code in the bottom 5. I think it's a good 11, Karthik, I must say. If you go to the impact subs, you also have quality out there as well, I must tell you. You have M. Siddharth, you can go to Abdul Samad, Akash Singh, Hangargekar, you have left out Avesh Khan. So there are quality out there. How much are you rating this playing 11 out of 10?
I think it's one of the strongest 11s that are there. And, when you, I think this IPL, what we have is that we've seen that 10 of the teams had a good auction. Usually 9 of the teams have a good auction.
Correct.
Except CSK would have like a very bad auction every year, but would still manage to win trophies. But the thing is, this time all the 10 sides had a good auction. And as a result, I think it's going to be a very competitive IPL. And I'm looking forward to see how Lucknow is going to perform. With this side, I'm really excited to see that strong Indian core that's there and they're bowling.
Okay, so you're pretty much excited to see how Lucknow Super Giants perform. No scorings yet, but you're very much excited. Thank you so much, Karthik. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Lucknow Super Giants predicted playing 11 is done and dusted. He says Rishabh Pant will open. That's very interesting to see. We will see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thank you.